Houston Rockets last night. Rockets lose by 3. Heat lose by 55. Not exactly close in terms of the comparisons. And yeah, I took a beating. If you missed any of it, go back on the podcast and listen between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. Eastern time with my squad having the worst performance in NBA playoffs history over a 4-game stretch. The Rockets. Okay, Pat. Yeah, we get it. Would you rather be your team or my team right now, Pat? The Sixers or the Heat?
Oh, boy.
They're both on vacation, buddy.
Oh, indeed they are.
Mr. Literal. Can we reveal Pat's text last night?
Yes, please. It was ridiculous.
Thank you. Because you thought mine was funny.
Yes.
Okay. So last night, we're all texting in the group chat about how bad the Heat were or whatever. And Pat, I have to now open this. Hold on. Pat said everyone had their vacation plane tickets booked already.
Yes,
and I
which
said,
is true.
Right. I said, they're in Miami. Where exactly are they going? And he said, there are other places that exist besides Florida. Thank you, Pat.
It's true.
The point is, if the Bucks get eliminated, it's like, oh, they're going to go to Florida.
Yeah, Cancun on 3.
Right.
That's right.
If you're in a warm weather place, where are you going?
Evan, where's your favorite place to go ever on vacation? Where do you always go? South Florida? Got it. Okay, thanks.
But I don't live. What?
Wait, that makes no sense.
That
Pat.
makes no sense, Pat.
You're
What do you
actually
mean?
proving Evan's point here.
Thank you.
No, you're
If you
Captain
live
South
in a
Florida.
you lived in California for 2 minutes,
Why
right?
would it be surprising at all that you would
Hold
be
on,
the one to be
hold
like,
on.
oh, Miami, why would anyone ever leave there?
That's not what I'm saying. Cece lived in California.
Yeah.
When you wanted to go, when it was like, oh, we're done, we got to go on vacation, don't you just stay there?
There's no reason to go anywhere.
Thank you.
I'm going to the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah.
Going to Laguna Beach.
Yeah, we're going to Malibu.
Yeah, you know what?
Vacation.
Vacation.
Seriously.
It's
Good
December. Cece lives in California.
It'll feel like a vacation as long as it takes you to get out there with the
Seriously.
LA traffic.
What are we doing here?
Miserable.
How does Pat not understand that if you live in a warm weather climate,
That's the point of living in a warm weather climate. So you don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, my God.
You lived there for like 20 years, Evan.
It's not about me. I don't play in the
Just
NBA.
saying.
I didn't get eliminated. I didn't act my. Oh God, whatever, Pat.
Yeah, try to take it from me as a professional athlete. If you play in Miami, there's no reason to leave.
Thank you.
There's
Thank you.
no reason to leave.
Thank you.
It's all right there for you, man.
All right.
Sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Are we all talking about the same thing? I'm not sure here.
It's on a tee, and I ain't talking about golf.
What? So how about them Warriors up 3-1? They're in California.
The Butler did it.
No, we
The Butler did
Can we
it.
have a different theme here on this?
The Butler did it.
Can't we go to a different theme other than just Jimmy? Oh.
The Butler with the basketball from the free throw line.
3 for 3 late in the game.
We solved it.
We solved the mystery.
Yeah, this is a really bad day for you. I'm sorry.
And I don't dislike Jimmy because he was amazing for my team. But on the same day the Heat lose by 55, the Warriors go up 3-1 in a close one thanks to Jimmy.
Yep.
And there was chirping all game. Draymond. I mean, listen, you can hate Draymond. This is his job.
Draymond shouldn't have been in the game.
Right.
Let's
Okay,
start there.
that's
Draymond
fine.
should not have been in the game. I know it came down to Şengün missing that hook shot in the middle of the lane and then Jimmy Butler hitting the 3 free throws. The game should not have been that close. How the hell did Draymond not get tossed in the second quarter? I mean, listen.
The Tari Eason one or
Yes. You want to ask about the Tari Eason one? The one where he levels Jalen Green after Dylan Brooks knocks down Steph Curry on the pick and roll? Like,
There
it doesn't
were 2 of
matter. There were 2 of them with less than 5 minutes apart. One ends up being a technical foul. The other one ends up being a flagrant one. I don't know why the refs let Draymond Green off the hook with that flagrant foul because he tackled Tari Eason after he got a clean rip off of Draymond and then proceeds to leg whip the guy in the back of the head and hit his face into the court. The ref said upon further review that it was unnecessary contact to the back of the neck that led to Tari Eason's face being hit in the court. Well, if it's unnecessary contact to the head and neck area, why doesn't that escalate it to a flagrant 2 foul?
You'd think it would.
You would think it would. But regardless, the technical foul plus the flagrant foul should equal Draymond ass being in the showers. But it didn't. They let this dude off the hook and thereby let the Golden State Warriors off the hook in what was a critical game for them because they don't want to go back to Houston with the series tied 2-2. So I just don't understand how the refs allowed Draymond Green to stay in that game. He should have been tossed in the second quarter.
you said that this was his job. And I know
It is.
that he is the straw that stirs the drink in a lot of ways. And it is his job to agitate and to provide that chippiness, but there is a line. And especially for somebody like him who's been such a repeat offender, I'm a little bit surprised that you would say that he was doing his job in that instance, because there is that line that what does Nuno say? There's a step you don't cross.
step you don't
There's
cross.
a step you don't cross, and Draymond consistently will cross that step.
Sure, Nuno's thrilled to have that associated with him at all times. But
He said it.
Right. So Draymond has a thing where I think he intentionally gets the T or flagrant early, thinking that they won't do it again. They won't call it again on him. If you think about some of the things that he's done over the course of his career, like they're either blatantly obvious, like when he's fighting guys, or the 2016 suspension was a culmination or accumulation of all of the technical fouls. It wasn't for kicking LeBron that day. So in this spot, if you have the early T or the early flagrant, I think what his approach is, they're not going to kick me out of a playoff game so I can do whatever I want. It actually gives him a hall pass.
It empowers him.
Yeah. And that is his job. You can hate Draymond. I love Draymond. You can hate Draymond all you want. That is what he's there for, especially when you got Steph and Jimmy.
But here's the problem if you're the NBA. That only emboldens Draymond to escalate.
Yes.
And that could lead to a dangerous play on the basketball court that could be an ugly scene for the NBA when you got a lot of eyeballs on the sport because it's playoff basketball.
No doubt. And by the way, think about the next round.
Oh, yeah. When you got
Gobert?
to deal with Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves, yeah. It's,
Assuming they win.
yeah, but
Both teams.
I just think that it's obvious that he should have been tossed out of yesterday's game because what he did with Tari Eason had nothing to do with basketball at all. And you could see throughout the course of that interaction that he thought about kicking Tari Eason when he was trying to get up because Tari Eason was standing over him.
Yeah.
Then he proceeds to leg whip him instead. I don't understand why they keep giving this guy carte blanche when it comes to doing things that are outside of the scope of what a basketball player should be allowed to do on the court. Mm-hmm. It just makes no sense to me. He should have been gone out of that game. And, of course, it would have affected the competitive balance of the game. We understand how important Draymond Green is, and I know the refs are reluctant to decide a playoff game by taking somebody off the court. But based on what we saw from the player in the second quarter, based on the reputation of Draymond Green as well, because that has to be factored into the math, his ass should have been off the court last night. He should have got ejected.
We are on Sportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio. Coming up, we do have CC's Power Rankings. It's a draft-related theme. But first, all of my Heat fans last night are now looking for tickets for next season, hoping they see KD and Giannis. How do they get them?
Well, Vivid...
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là vỏ sò. Bây giờ mình sẽ vào làm nha. Mọi người theo dõi mình làm nha.